Hi everybody, thank you so much for watching. For today's makeup look, we are going to be recreating this Halloween Harley Quinn makeup look. It's so easy and it's such a fun look. So if you are interested in following me along as I recreate this look, please keep watching. Alright, to start out, you're going to need to part your hair into pigtails and pull a little bit of the pieces in the front. I'm using a wig I ordered from Amazon, and I got this really cute black and red corset off of Amazon. The next thing I'm going to do is start working on the face. So because my brows they're not too dark, I could have left them, but I do want my brow to be a little bit softer. You want to take a light concealer and grab a spoolie and work concealer into your brow hair. This will soften the look of dark brows if you plan on using a very light wig, which of course this is what this is. So I'm just kind of running that concealer, and you can see it just softly lightens my brow hair color. Later on when I do brows, we'll go over it, so it's not going to stay like that, but this is just to prep the base. Alright, so getting started with the base of my makeup, we're going to get a white face paint, and we're going to use that in place of our normal foundation. So this is going to go everywhere, all over your face. Later on, I'll bring it down my neck and the chest and the shoulders, but I'm going to do that towards the end of the video because it is pretty time consuming. So what I found gives me the most seamless pigmented application is taking a beauty blender, dipping it into the cream paint pretty heavily, swirling it against the lid to press and even out all that cream product, and then using a very pressed motion on a small section of the face. So I kind of work in little sections, so I'll do like the bottom of the cheek, the high part of the cheek, half the forehead, the nose, all in isolated sections. And that's been working for me. The other thing I have been doing is taking this across the eyelid, because later on we're going to be using a like pigmented blue and pink eyeshadow look, and in photography, if I were to just put that against my normal skin tone, it'd be fine, but if I base it with white, those colors just really stand out, so it'll make the eye look very vibrant. So moving on, we're just finishing the other side of my face, and that will complete the cream application at this point. One thing to know is off camera, I will be taking a white eyeshadow and pressing it all over my face to set it. Not only is that going to prolong your foundation, but by adding a white eyeshadow just kind of helps with any areas that weren't really white. Next, we're moving on to eyeshadow. So I'm using the blue from my palette with a fluffy brush, and I am going to apply that all over my lid, and I'm actually going above my crease. So if I were to look head on, you would see over my crease there's going to be a wash of that blue shadow, because when I'm looking ahead, I want to make sure that that blue shadow is showing. Next, with the same brush, I'm just going to pinch it and dip back into the blue. We are going to just smear that underneath the eye. I'm being careful for the first application to not go too far down. Later on, I'll probably drag it out and blow out the eyeshadow, but for right now, I'm just focusing on laying down the base of the eye and making sure that the outer corner is in a V shape. Now, using the magenta shade of pink, we're going to repeat the same process. So I am taking that over the lid, above the crease, and under the eye, and just making sure that we blend. Now I'm grabbing just the tiniest clean brush, and I didn't like the shape I did, so just grabbing some either white cream paint or white eyeshadow, you can kind of use that as an eraser to shape. So now I want to deepen the outer corners of my crease. So using the navy blue, which is going to be 1 to 2 shades darker, I am taking that mostly on the outer corner and then just blending it under the eye, only the outer corner, and just slightly merging it with the other blue color. We're going to do the same thing with the pink part. So there is a burgundy shade that's maybe 1 shade darker. It's like a burgundy pink. I'm going to do the exact same process with that. Okay, now we're going to move on to eyeliner. So to do the smudging under the eye, I use Makeup Forever Aqua liner, and I'm applying that all over the waterline. It's so easy to blend out. I use this flat Bobbi Brown angle brush, and I'm just smudging it. Her look isn't super perfect, so I'm just kind of not going too far down with it, but I'm just smudging that to give it a bit of a faded look. Now we're going to repeat that on the other eye. So here you see I'm just kind of using kind of back and forth motions along the lash line. Now I'm going to prep to do a winged line. So what I like to do is the leftovers of the shadow, I just do a little flick with the brush. Now for the winged liner, I use L'Oreal. It's a brush tip pen. I just have easier control with that. I can't do a felt. So I'm tracing over the line that I did. Then I'm going to draw a line from the tip connecting to halfway to the lash line, pretty much right above the pupil of my eye. And then we're going to fill in. And then I'm just lightly tracing that along the inner part of the line. So I went ahead and repeated the other eye off camera. And now I'm just doing a little bit of touch-ups. At this point, we are ready to add any face tattoos or things of that nature. If whatever you want to add, go ahead and do. So I'm only going to be doing a heart today. So I'm using the same winged liner, and I did 2 little dots and pretty much just connected it till it was the shape of a heart. Now we can go ahead, once you have the shape down that you like, you can go ahead and fill it in with the same eyeliner. Okay, so that completes the heart. I love that. It looks so cute. So I went ahead and I don't know if you can tell, I put a really natural set of lashes on off camera. I just didn't want this video to be so long. So now to blend them together, I use the Patrick Star Fantasize Mascara. It's the best. It makes your natural lashes look fake. So I'm just applying that to blend my natural lash to the eyelash and on the bottom. We can now move on to lips. So if you have a red lip liner, go ahead and use that. I somehow don't have a red lip liner, but we can make do without it. It's fine. And I actually ended up kind of preferring the shape I made without it. So I have this tiny liner pencil, and all I did was spray it with some setting spray, and I dipped it into the dark burgundy pink eyeshadow, and I'm just painting on a set of lips. I was actually able to kind of exaggerate the sides of the mouth more than I could with using a pencil because this is so precise. So yeah, I actually kind of like this. So now we need to give her red lip. So this red Chanel lipstick is, well, it's more of a lip stain. It's so good. It is so hard to take off, but for a night out during Halloween, that's exactly what we want if we're gonna even dare wear a bright color. So this is my go-to. I am just filling in all of the areas, and what I do like too is that this has a bit of a small doe foot applicator, So because of that, there's a small pointed tip, and that really lets me get into the the edges of my lip and get a crisp line. So that's also really awesome with this, which is so necessary when you're working with a bright lip color. So I'm just going through, working section by section, just making sure the application is smooth. It has a smooth matte finish. Now, I could have left it bright red, but I have seen that she, like for this kind of red and black look, that she does do a black lipstick. So I didn't know which one I wanted to do, so I decided to do both. So I'm doing a black to red ombre lip. So I just got black shadow and just traced along the outer parts of my lip. And now to blend that all together, the backside of that Chanel lipstick has a really nice clear gloss. It's not sticky at all, which is amazing. So I apply that, and then now I'm just detailing the lips. I want to make sure that the ombre blend between the black and red is balanced, that the darkness is where I want it to be. So now we're getting close to the end of this makeup application. So I need some brows. So I normally use the Anastasia soft brown pen with the Brow Wiz and a brow gel. So I don't have lighter eyebrow products, so we're just going to make do with what I have. I noticed that using this eyebrow pen, it was kind of pulling a green shade, so I decided to use very little of that and proceed with the soft brown Brow Wiz. That started to work for me better, so just filling in over top of that concealer that I applied, I'm going to be doing the whole brow with just a basic eyebrow pencil. And this part is pretty straightforward if you pencil in your eyebrows, but I go under the eye, over the brow, over the arch, and then I fill in between the brow hairs, and I just try to do light strokes at the front of the brow. And then taking the spoolie, I go ahead and I blend it out. Okay, so our face is done, and we need to bring that white face paint down to the neck, chest, and arms. So that's just what I'm doing here. I'm using the Beauty Blender and the same pressing motion, and I don't need this to be extremely pigmented, so I'm not being too crazy with it, but I do want to have a wash of this white paint to just lighten the light natural tan that I do have, just so it matches the face better. So here I am, I'm just kind of blending it over my arms. I already did the chest. And then now I can pull the pigtails forward and then just do any little touch-ups that I feel like I might want. All right, so this completes the look. I hope you guys liked it. Leave any questions in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.